back to Books with Kimberly. Don't forget to like, comment, share my channel, and subscribe. I am so excited, you guys, because today I'm doing something I've been wanting to do ever since I started this channel, and that's read a book that has been adapted into a movie or TV series, watch the TV series or movie, and then decide which one is better, the book or the movie. This is something I've done before, but I've never did a whole video on it for my YouTube channel. So get down in those comments and let me know after watching this video, what did you think? And let me know some other book movie combos that you've seen, that you like, didn't like. So let's get into this one. Today on Book versus Movie, I am discussing The School for Good and Evil by Salman Chainani. I hope I said that name right. The book was really, really good. I gave the book 4 stars and a brief description on what the book is about. The book starts off with 2 main characters, which are Sophie and Agatha. So the town of Gavaldon has this legend that every 4 years, 2 children are kidnapped from their homes and brought to a school of good and evil. They came up with this theory because after the children started to disappear, they began to notice that new storybooks would be created, and they would see that the characters of these storybooks resembled the children that went missing. So they put it together that these kids were being kidnapped, brought to the school, and they were being placed as villains or heroes in some of the fairy tale books that we grew up reading as children. Agatha does not believe in this at all. She thinks fairy tales are dumb, but Sophie has been dreaming her whole life that she will get kidnapped, taken to this school, which of course she thinks she's going to go to the good school and become a princess. So fast forward, the night comes, the 2 of them are both taken to the school, but instead of Agatha, who is called this ugly witch, she gets dropped at the good school, and Sophie, who just knew because of her beauty, her charm, her supposed good deeds, she thought she would be dropped at the good school, but she was dropped at the bad school. We see her constantly protesting that she should actually be at the school for good, but Agatha doesn't feel like she belongs at all, whereas Sophie is like, look, I belong at the good school. I am not here for this bad school. I thought the book was really good, you guys, and I gave it 4 stars and was very excited to watch the movie. So let's get into some of the differences between the book and the movie. I will say that I read an article where the author of The School of Good and Evil said he wants the books and the movies to be different. Of course, the movies are based upon the book, but he wants it to be clear that they are different. So let's talk about some of those differences. One of the biggest differences is the roles of these characters as well as their character arcs. I will say that when I first saw that this movie would have Kerry Washington as well as one of the main girls was going to be a Black actress, I was super excited. But when I realized that the Black girl was playing Agatha, and as I'm listening to this story and getting to know Agatha's character, I did become a little bit concerned. And I became concerned because in the book, Agatha is constantly being called ugly, being made fun of for how she's a witch. Her looks repulse people. And I really couldn't imagine this role being played by a Black girl. I mean, any girl, but especially a Black girl. There is also a part in the book where Agatha turns herself into a roach so that she can get into the good school and help Sophie out with her classwork. I started to really wonder, like, are they really going to turn this character in the movie into a roach? And I was like, that may not be a good idea. There's complaints that the one princess that Disney gave us was a frog for the majority of the movie. And so having a part where this Black actress turns into a roach, I just couldn't visualize that and was thinking like that might not be a good idea. But luckily in the movie, they completely took all of that out. Basically, Agatha was not described as ugly. She was teased a little bit at the very beginning by the children of Gavaldon. but it was obvious they were just being dumb boys. And this cast was very diverse, very multicultural, so it made the jokes and the jabs land a lot better having a diverse cast. As well as Agatha is not described as bad, as ugly. The people of Gavaldon do consider her a witch because in the movie her mom is still this woman who does potions. They live near a graveyard. But once they get to the actual school, the plot line that was in the book of Sophie feeling like the two of them need to switch schools, that plot line is not in the movie. Basically, Agatha feels like I shouldn't be here at all and I want Sophie to go home with me, but Sophie makes it clear that I should be in the good school and Agatha is the one who should go home. It was never, Agatha is bad, Agatha is the one that's a witch and likes evil stuff, she should be at the bad school. So that's one of the differences between the book and the movie. I will say that, of course, I like that they took the safe option, but because they did not have Agatha feeling like she's evil, feeling like she's ugly, we didn't get to see the character growth that I became to really love in the book. Yes, some of the character stuff in the book was a little bit off, and that's why I gave the book 4 stars. But yet and still, I thought it was very interesting how in the book, Agatha, who views herself as ugly, as unworthy, she starts to realize, like, I am good. There's a reason why I'm passing all of the courses at the good school. I am a good person. And she starts to embrace that and embrace that she has qualities of a princess as well. And that was like a beautiful realization to see of her viewing herself differently. And so because she didn't have that foundation in the movie, you don't get to see that character growth. It seems like Agatha is portrayed as somebody who knows everything. One critique I have is that in the book, there would be riddles, there would be questions they have on how to free themselves. And it would take them a few chapters to research to figure out these riddles. But literally in the movie, there were a lot of times where Agatha's character would just have this great knowledge. And it was like a huge difference from in the book where Agatha was constantly figuring things out through trial and error. So I will say when it comes to the characters and their character arcs, I liked it better in the book than I did the movie. Another difference is the background.
In the book,
every 4 years, kids would disappear. In the movie, they made it seem like this only happened one time 20 years ago. And so Sophie just randomly, after she hears this story for the first time in the movie, decides to write a letter to see if she can get into the good school. I didn't like that background story. I thought it was really interesting how every 4 years the 2 kids would get kidnapped. I thought that was a better background story. So that's another point for the book. The friendship was different in the book because I didn't really feel like they had a solid friendship, and you could tell because in the book, Sophie continues to use Agatha. She's trying to get Agatha to switch schools with her. When she needs something, she's, Agatha, I need you to do this. Agatha, I need you to do that. And so I was really fighting the whole time. Like, come on, Agatha, I need you to see that this girl is using you. She is not a good friend. She deserves to be at the bad school. You deserve to be at the good school. And you need to just cut her off. Like, I was really feeling like that the majority of the book. And then other times I felt like I was really hoping Sophie's character developed more so that she could become a more loving and selfless person and really understand that, like, Agatha is a good friend and should be treated like that. But in the movie, the 2 of them are best friends because when Sophie's mom dies, Agatha was there for her, and the 2 of them are thick as thieves. So it definitely made Agatha's devotion to Sophie a lot more acceptable because they have that foundation in the movie. I will give the movie a point for just kind of solidifying that friendship. Another huge thing is the love triangle. I will start off by saying I like the love triangle better in the book. So there's this character named Tedros who is the son of King Arthur. Immediately in both the movie and the books, Sophie is like, this is a prince that I've always wanted. And so Agatha is helping her get that prince. In order for them to go home or for Sophie to switch to the good school, she has to prove that she's good. And she needs to prove that by having a true love. And that true love, Sophie wants to be Tedros. I thought it was very interesting in the book how Tedros did not like Agatha, but didn't realize, like, look, Agatha is actually your true love. Like, you're only attracted to Sophie, and she looks like a princess, but your real princess is Agatha. In the movie, because there isn't that repulsion to Agatha like there was in the book, Tedros and Agatha start off having flirtations. He does start to get attracted to Sophie, and Sophie starts trying to convince him that she's actually good. And so we do see the two of them start to mingle a little bit, but I like that love triangle better in the book because you even got some enemies to lovers, because Agatha and Tedros did not like each other, but it was obvious that they were both, you know, the true love matches. So I'll give the book a point for the love triangle. Another difference is the ending. In both the book and the movie, there's a point where Sophie just decides to embrace that she's evil, and she starts a war between the good school and the evil school. I won't spoil all of that, but I will say that what got her to being evil is different in the book than it is in the movie. So overall, from my compare and contrast, you probably can tell that I absolutely love the book more than I like the movie. But the movie was actually really good too. I give both the book and the movie 4 stars. I really enjoyed them. The movie, it was just so great to see everything visually. I will say what kept me from giving the book 5 stars was that I felt like it was very lengthy. On the other hand, I give the movie 4 stars because I wanted some of those details that were really good in the book. But of course, you're trying to cram things into 2.5 hours. All the scenes, all the funny little moments can't be shown in the movie. Now, you guys, that is it. I hope I did pretty good comparing the movie and the book. Get down in those comments and let me know what you think. Thanks again for tuning in to another Books with Kimberly video.